time, and it was like, yeah, whatever.
People are getting creative.
When you're doing all these skills you're using right here, why don't you pull me a game that isn't 6 and 20?
Hey, I like that attitude right there. Yeah.
I can't stand those guys, dude. I was on me and Socrates were playing COD 4 a while ago, and I even got the game recorded. Me and him were on, what was that map? Wet Work. And me and him were the only people with over 5 kills on our team.
Was it S&D?
No, it was a domination.
Wow.
Oh, I see. For some reason,
was
when you said you had
27.
over 5, I thought you had like 6. And I'm like, damn, domination? They held you to 6 or so? But now I get it. Two of you did really well, and everyone else was just getting direct.
Yeah, 127, 2 and 18. How do these kids keep playing the game?
I powered through that phase too.
No. Let me go and address this. I think I've already did it once. There's a kid that has no use of his body and over 1 KD. How the hell do you don't have a 1 KD?
Wait, who is that kid?
The gas gun, right? Are you talking about him?
Yeah.
He plays on the PS3 with one hand.
No, really? He doesn't have no use for his fingers. He uses his wrists, and he kind of moves his elbow back and forth to have his finger.
He has a disability. Is it? I hope that's not an offensive term. But is he a cerebral palsy? Do you remember what his struggle is?
He jumped on a trampoline and he broke his neck.
Okay.
Oh, that'll do it.
And he has no feeling below his breast down, and no feeling in his fingers whatsoever. He can't move them. He can move his hands and his arms.
Does he play two-handed?
Yeah, he plays two-handed. He uses his wrist to move the controller, and he has to take his hand off the controller to shoot. He forces his fingers on the fire button.
Yeah, I saw his nuke video.
He's got a nuke too.
Oh man,
more than one.
He's got a nuke.
And there's another guy who actually literally plays with one hand. I think if you search for the one-handed gamer, you'd probably find him. And he plays with one hand.
I used to play with a guy on Battlefield Modern Combat that played with his feet because he didn't have arms. He wasn't the best player, but he did good for playing with his toes.
Mm-hmm. Better than I would.
I wouldn't be able to do anything with my toes.
His name was Foot Fingers.
Oh my God! Have you
awesome.
ever seen the movie My Left Foot with Daniel Day-Lewis?
I've heard of it.
It's about a guy with cerebral palsy, and
but it's not a comedy, right?
No, it is not. No,
yeah,
it's a true story. He only has use of his left foot. That's it, and he actually becomes a writer and a painter, and does very, very well. He types his biography on a typewriter, like an old school typewriter, with his left foot. Now, how bad would it suck to get a typo?
Just imagine how bad it would suck to get kicked in the nuts by his left foot.
Oh, yeah, that happens at one point in the movie. Because, the kids would, wheel him out in the street to play soccer, and he would just kind of lay there, and he was the one who would play goalie, and then he would kick the penalty kicks.
His muscles had to be extreme.
Yeah,
imagine holding your foot up there typing.
Say what you will.
Left leg.
I'd pwn that guy in Call of Duty.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna lay it down there. There's not a left-footed player in the world who can hang with
me. I just want to know. I've asked this question before. How do you not have 1 KD? Because on PS3, I'm bad for this.
Really?
It's not a PS3 Xbox debate. Mm-hmm. But I got a lot of friend slots on PS3, and sometimes I'll just randomly add everybody. 40% of them will have under 1.
It's actually pretty easy to have under 1.
How? My Riot Shield friend has more than 1.
A lot of people really don't know how to start off.
Yeah.
And they don't. Because you have to remember that. I don't know.
I think having use of your fingers is a good start on some people.
Yep. This takes a second to explain, but there's 4 stages of learning. The first one is unconscious incompetent. And when you're unconscious incompetent, you don't even know how much you don't know yet, right? The whole thing's a mystery to you. The next stage is conscious incompetent, where you're starting to realize that there's a lot to this and that you have much to learn. Then you become conscious competent, and these are the guys who are good and they know that they're good, and that's just the way it goes. And then there's unconscious, the 4th stage, unconscious competent, and they don't even understand how other people can be bad. They just forget all the things that they've had to learn along the way. And that's where I'm thinking of this.
Now, where are the quickscopers at in this? Oh, man.
You know what? I wanted to bring up quickscopers. Oh, no, not quickscopers. And no-scopers is what I wanted to talk about. I think that some guys don't try because it doesn't expose, their real talent level.
Yeah.
I think guys will run around and, gimp themselves, not to do the best they can, gimped, and some people do that.
Gives them an excuse.
I think a lot of guys rock these.
And they call you a tryhard.
Exactly. Oh,
how is tryhard an insult?
I'm better than you.
I don't know.
I just don't choose to prove it. I would have gone 50-2 had I been using a weapon that I'm good with, or I would have gone, 60-1 if I was trying. And
I tell those guys? The FAMAS is unlocked at level 4, and you get a set class at level 1 with it.
Yeah. So I think there's a lot of people in the game. Now, there's some who just want to have fun, right? Lately I've been doing that somewhat because I'm trying to get a Sandy Ravage game. And some of those games go fairly well. I've had...
Yeah, but Woody, you're trying, though, right? When you get that Sandy Ravage game, you're not just trying to have fun. You're actually trying to do good while using odd...
Having fun.
And I've had games where a couple lucky breaks and I've had one. Like I go into a spawn, I work... Like I just get like...
Yeah, that one guy turned around.
Not even just one guy. Like I'll get I'm into the spawn, I get like a 5 or 7 kill streak, and then I go hide. I call in the Harrier and the Predator behind it. I get my AC-130. And now if I can get 2 of those in one game... It might be, look, I'm not Sandy Ravage, but maybe get a Sandy Ravage Lite that I can use. And I've gotten one of them in a game several times, but I haven't had the one I want to post yet. So it'll happen someday. And then when I do, I'm going to figure it out and show everyone what I did.
Yeah, but see, my thing to people playing to have fun is that's what public lobby's for. If you just want to goof around with your friends, that's why they have private match. Yeah. You should not be anywhere near a ranked lobby.
I don't know. You'd have to have a group of friends to do that with. So there's not, putting on your best class and doing that all the time. But I think there's a lot of guys out there who don't try just so that they have that to lay back on.
Just like this goes back into the story about, womanizing.
I don't think that means what you think it means.
Yeah, I don't either.
I'm just saying, you keep falling back on how you getting pussy, but look at your wife.
It's like, have you ever sthat movie, The Princess Bride?
Yeah.
When the guy's like, inconceivable! He's like, this is what you keep saying. I do not think it means what you think it means.
Yeah, that movie's great. All right, so we're almost at the end of the podcast. I think it's over an hour, right?
Yeah, hour and a half almost.
It's like 2 hours.
No, not quite.
Yeah, so those of you who are still hanging around with us are officially fanboys.
No. That's another thing. Like, fanboys are put down, right?
I don't see it that way.
Me too. Like, I think it's okay to enjoy some guy's work and even to like that guy. Because I've been in that spot too. Like, before I had a channel, I would watch, like, XCal and Hutch and Beyond and, get a certain no homo liking toward I've gotten to know these guys, and in the case of Hutch especially, because he used to share a lot of his private life on his channel, even though it was so one-sided. He's sharing it on YouTube and I'm watching it. I felt like I got to know him, and so I can understand how people do that.
You'd let him sleep on your couch, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I think I would let her sleep on my couch, and not if I was in it. That's not what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's a fold out. All right.
But so I can kind of get how someone might start to get to know somebody through hours of commentary and think that they could be friends or something. So. When I see guys on the other side of that, it's like, yep, been there, totally know what you're going through. Chris?
Yep.
I got one more thing. What's up with all the homosexual references in my comment section?
Maybe
when somebody calls a fanboy, next thing they're going to say is you riding somebody's dick or you're a faggot. What is with this? Seriously, how has this become an insult?
You know why there's so many homos on your channel? It's because you have sex with men.
No, that can't be it.
He's like, no one knows about that.
You know, I have a secret life I don't even know about, apparently. It's just like cocksucker. Why is cocksucker an insult? Tell me one bad thing about cocksucker.
Well, that's all we got for this week, so.
It's been Painkiller Already, episode 12 with your boy, Chris Smoove.